Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. A great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Houston Astros. Shelby and Kurt Singleton on the call. We're all eager to see if his heroics last time out carry over. He was absolutely dialed in at the plate, singing.
Dialed in is right, partner. Everything seemed to be going his way.
First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill, J.R. Richard. And singing, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. He'll also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Ready to go? Ozzie Smith getting ready to hit. And we are underway in game one of the series.
First pitch, 7-10.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. And there's a ball. Right side. And that one handled. Throw to first in time. Here's a check of the Red Sox lineup put together by manager Alex Cora. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of the season, they could be playing October baseball.
Now it's the right fielder, Hank Aaron. Richard.
Ball one.
He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Right through there for a strike.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Ted Williams up next for the Red Sox. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
That's a ball.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Two down, nobody on. That pitch just misses the inside corner, and now it's 3-2. Manny Ramirez on deck for Boston. Payoff pitch. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. Now here come the Astros. No score. This is Astros baseball on the show, Houston. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And getting the start for the Red Sox, Roger Clemens, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the history of baseball.
Yeah, Boog, he's got some of the best strikeout stuff in the history of the game. Over 4,000 career strikeouts. We'll see how many he's got today.
Digging in, Lance Berkman.
Center fielder, number 17.
Clemens making his first start of the year. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Aye! Now. Straight three, that ties Roger Clemens on the all-time list. Now we check out the Astros lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Next to hit, Jeff Bagwell. And that's either at the knees for a strike. That one fouled off. Here's the 0-2. Ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Well, that two-seamer is heat-seeking for right-handed batters. Just runs in on those hands.
And a 1-2.
Now he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end. This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Strike three. That ties Roger Clemens on the all-time list.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Paul O'Neill in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Sliced hard but foul. Ball two. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
First two hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Hit on the ground to short. Smith handles, throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Scoreless after one. To the top half of inning number 2. Here now the Red Sox DH, Manny Ramirez. And that misses. And that's ball 1. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog. And I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way. So people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
Here's a 1-2. In the air to left center. Berkman on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Batting fifth, first baseman, David Ortiz.
So stepping in for Boston, David Ortiz. Ripped, but it curls foul. Second inning here, no score. Ball 1 there. High fly ball down the left field line. Gone into the Crawford box is a home run. A solo shot. And they jump ahead in the second. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. His bat looks like it's in the zone for such a long time, and that gives him the ability to get barrel on it and hit the ball out to any part of the park.
1 down. Here's the center fielder, Willie Mays. Good power, not great in the OBP department. And first offering is fouled off. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Way inside. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The 1-2. In the air, right field. O'Neill takes it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Batting seventh, third baseman,
Wade Boggs up next for the Red Sox. He was hitless in 4. Bats yesterday. Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Here's a 1-1. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment.
That's ball 2.
Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
2 down, nobody on. That one misses, and the count's full. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going. Rick Farrell up next for the Red Sox. Didn't play in last night's game. A little breather for him. Just missed. And the 1-0. Fall off foul. Here's a 1-1. For a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And that is that. Solo homer helps Boston cut into the lead. It's now a 1-0 ball game.
My band about as bad as the Beatles, so talk to me nicely. Stand on pins and needles, and Dallas, my gameplay is dangerous and lethal. This Grand Theft Auto
bottom half of inning number 2. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Jose Altuve.
Ball, that's outside.
The 1-1. And a foul ball. Stays alive.
That's
really
ball
good
2.
take, especially with 2 strikes.
This one in the air, right field. Aaron moves towards it. Hauls it in, 1 away. And stepping in for the Astros, Craig Biggio.
Nope.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. He'll take a trot around the bases, and we're level. It's 1-1.
Swing on that one. Everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Jeremy Payne in the box now. He's smooth with the glove and steady at the plate.
And it seems to just come so naturally for him, Brady. He pulls off plays nobody should, and he just makes it look so easy.
Yep,
He's
that ball went
just
out.
missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. Misses inside.
Ball 3.
Ball 3. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Jake Myers up next for the Astros. first. Pena back in on a dive. Man at first, one away.
Ball.
Straight three, that ties Roger Clemens on the all-time list.
You know, splitters aren't thrown by a ton of pitchers, and one of the main reasons is that they're difficult to control. And not many guys can spot them consistently where they want to, but he's one of those exceptions. He's found a way to corral a split. And he can place it on a dime just like he did right there.
Move over to first, trying to keep him close. And now here is Cam Smith. That's a stolen base.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team.
Runner at second, 2 down. And that one popped in the air, left field. That is the inning. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. We played 2 full. You're dialed into the show. Back here in Houston, so stepping in for Boston, Dustin Pedroia. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Ozzie Smith will hit next. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat.
That's a ball.
Tied up here in the early going. Biggio. To Pena, second
Yes,
for
you're
1.
out.
Throw to first, but
No,
he beat
he's
it.
in there.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
1 out man at first. Hank Aaron, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1.
That's outside.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Runner takes off. Now there's a bullet down the line. And it stays fair. Here comes Ozzie around third. He'll score, and the Red Sox have the lead.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Ted Williams up next for the Red Sox. Struck out swinging his first time. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. at second. And that's fouled off. Richard, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. The 1-1.
That's ball two.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side. That's way outside. 3-2 now. Payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
And so 2 on with 1 out. Red Sox already lead it. Manny Ramirez getting ready to hit. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1.
Well, it looks like they want to be real patient with him today. Make him come in the zone. Challenge these hitters. Make him work hard for his outs.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Two on, 1 out. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away. And it's through for a hit. Here comes Hammer and Hank around third. 1 runs in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds it third.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. David Ortiz now at the plate. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
Ball 1.
Here's a 1-2. Goes down looking. Ortiz wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Still absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like the fastball middle end kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. There's not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
2 on, 2 outs.
Ball. That's inside.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. And that'll load the bases.
Take the base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Here's the third baseman, Wade Boggs. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. And that one fouled off. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. That's the third. Throw misses the mark, and the run will score. A tough play to swallow, especially with 2 outs.
Maybe just a little lack of concentration on that throw. 2 out, you think you've got the play made. Players are starting to move off the field towards the dugout, and then everyone's got to come back. Sometimes you take that throw for granted, and that's all it takes to keep the inning going.
The Astros turn to a new arm on the mound, Brandon Walter.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Rick Fair. He popped out his first time. Out front, Rick Fair.
Hey, it's still early in this ball game, but this at bat right here could be a big factor in the outcome. You think about it, there's a chance to really blow this thing open right here.
Strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That ends the inning. Back here in Houston, at the plate is the Astros catcher, Christian Vasquez. That one almost got him.
That's a ball.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. Good job to fight that one off. Strike 3. That ties Roger Clemens on the all-time list.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up. The two. Balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Berkman, batting 1 down, takes a strike. Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Astros,
Stepping in, Jeff Bagwell.
Jeff Bagwell.
Now there's a bullet down the line. And foul ball. The 0-1. It's in and out of his glove. Still slings it to second.
He's
to
out.
Ozzie to first, not in time. Great effort there.
Up next for the Astros, right fielder, Paul O'Neill.
And now, Paul O'Neill. Grounded out to short in his first trip.
Hey!
Bagwell off of first with 2 away.
Ball inside.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
And now 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Up next for the Astros.
Jose Altuve updated here. Flied to right his first time.
Ball.
First and second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the third. Ground ball right side. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. 2 left for the Astros, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. As we go to the top of the 4th, so stepping in for Boston, Dustin Pedroia.
Ball. Nope. Outside.
Walter, a 6'2 southpaw, 200 pounds. He's one of the few Major League Baseball players born in the state of Delaware. Swinging a foul straight back. 2-2 now. In the air, right field. O'Neill on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 1 away.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop, Ozzie Smith.
Back to the top of the lineup. Ozzie Smith will hit next. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman play. Alex Cora turning to the bench for a new hitter. Jimmy Rollins looking to start something with 1 gone. There's the strike. In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper. Line drive. He hauls it in. 2 away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know he didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 down, bases empty. Hank Aaron digs in now.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Gotta be real
out.
careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
That's in there. 2 balls and a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. On the ground, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Ted Williams, the next to hit. He is struck out, and he is walked. Off the
Ball
mark
1.
there. Ball 1. Hank, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Hey!
The 1-2. Runner on the go. Left field. And it's a foul ball. Stays alive. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 3. 1 left for the Red Sox, but they lead it 4-1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. No question about this one. It's out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they close the gap. It's 4-2.
They wasted no time in that at bat. Swinging at the first pitch, and he punished him.
So up next, Jeremy Pena worked a walk in his first trip to the plate.
Well, these Astros do a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across the score as well.
The 1-1. And a swing and a miss.
It's still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
That's a ball.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. A little bit
Ball
high.
3.
And now it's 3-2. And that's ball 4. Tried another slider, but it missed the plate.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I'll tell you what, he earned that one.
Myers batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
There was a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it. It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Now, quick throw to first. Pena back easily. Smith now at the plate as he swings through strike one. And a base hit into right. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And now it's Christian Vasquez. Went down on strikes his first time through. Hey!
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play move.
Two on, one out. Double steal. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to third. Too late. Safe. Double steal.
That solo base right there was all about the jump off the pitcher. He got a nice lead, timed him up perfectly, and was off to the races as soon as that pitcher went home. That's how you want to do it. That excites the entire team over there in the dugout.
Strike three. That ties Roger Clemens on the all-time list. At the plate, Lance Berkman, 1 for 2.
Ball.
2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. 1 runs in. The second run scores. It's a 2-run single. A big 2-out hit, and the game is tied.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Now, Jeff Bagwell. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Berkman leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Ball.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. That is the inning. Back here in Houston, all set for the start of the inning.
Really important time for a shutdown inning. The last thing they want to do is give up the runs they just scored. Man, that'll steal the momentum. They're hoping to make quick work of this half inning.
The Astros have some action in their pen. Steven Okert, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Blue ball,
Inside, ball
also
one.
throwing. And that's in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone.
And that one almost hit him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. Just missed it. And next for the Red Sox, David Ortiz. He's already homered in this game. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And a man aboard.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Now it's going to be Willie Mays. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 1. One away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. Foul ball there. And now 2 balls and a strike. Outside corner, there's a strike. Tied at 4. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. Pitch misses. And a full count now. Challenge from behind the dish here. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they're now out of challenges. One away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. Caught him looking for the K. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Brandon Walter departs, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with the new arm after a quick break. So a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Astros, Steven Okert. He's making his 4th appearance of the season. And stepping in for Boston, Wade Boggs. Check swing called strike. That's strike 1. In the dirt. Throws down to first, but he wasn't going anywhere. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Late swing, foul to the left. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Lined into left center. Should be extra bases. Ortiz coming home. Now a relay to the plate. He scores, and they have the lead. It's 5-4.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. That one was smoke coming off the bat, and it looked like there might have been a close play at the plate. Good job of base running, rounding third, making sure he could come in and score that run.
So runner at second, 2 down. Rick Farrell getting ready to hit. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're in the top of the 5th. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Just missed.
Inside.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Take it, buddy.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman Dustin Pedroia.
So stepping in for Boston, Dustin Pedroia.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
First and second, 2 down.
good
Ball,
slider
inside.
down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
The 1-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 2 outs. That's
Oh,
off
that's
the
off
mark.
the plate.
3-1 now.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
The 3-1. Ground ball up the middle. Biggio. They take the force out. They limit the damage here. Red Sox with an RBI double. It's now a 5-4 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Houston and stepping in for the Astros, Paul O'Neill.
Inside, ball.
Fouled off. He was late. Now. And that one fouled off. The 1-2. Strike 3. That ties Roger Clemens on the all-time list.
No, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you
fly ball right field. Hank under it. And makes the grab. 2 down.
Up next.
Now it's the second baseman. Craig Biggio, and the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
Activity in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Keith Folk preparing to come on if needed. Spire, a left-hander, also throwing. Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. And that chops in for a strike. Strike 3. That ties Roger Clemens on the all-time list. Astros go down 1-2-3. They trail it 5-4. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. So digging in, Jimmy Rollins.
Hey!
To the right side. Bagwell takes it to the bag. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
Stepping in the long ball threat, Hank Aaron. Popped up. Pena settles under this one. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Red Sox, left fielder, Ted
Here's
Williams.
the left fielder, Ted Williams. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Just missed.
Ball 1.
Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Foul ball. Fastball for a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
That's a ball.
And a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Up next
You'll
for
often
the
hear
Red
the
Sox,
phrase short to it,
executive
long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Ramirez in the box now. No balls and a strike. Williams off of first with 2 away. That
That's
one
a ball.
way inside. And a 1-1.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
And that's in for a strike. Now even up. Now
Ball three.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. See you later. A two-run shot, his first homer of the year, and they boost their lead. It's 7-4.
He ran the count full and saved his best swing for last. That was a battle, and he won. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
So 2 down. Here's some real power at the plate. David Ortiz. He's already homered here in this one. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two down, nobody on.
Ball.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. 2 runs for Boston on the home run. It's now 7-4. Well, we go bottom 6. And stepping in for the Astros, Jeremy Pena. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Swing and a bouncer, but it kicks foul.
Ball. That's out.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. Line drive, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. He was in a location where he could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
Now the left fielder, Jake Myers. This one in the air, center field. Mays under it. And there's one away.
Up next for the Astros.
Now the third baseman, Cam Smith.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Ball 1.
Just off the outside edge. Ball 2. Late with the swing there. Quick move to first. Pena gets back easily. That pitch in for a strike. 2-2. In the dirt, but kept close. Throws to second. Not in time. He's safe. Pena into scoring position on the wild pitch. And there goes the double play possibility.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Man at second. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
It feels to me like his time on the mound is running short, starting to show some signs of fatigue. So we'll see how much longer they let him go.
Christian Vasquez, the hitter, was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Roger Clemens is done, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment. And so the Red Sox go to the bullpen. Gabe Spire.
And he comes on here for the first time this season, and I'm sure there's some nerves involved in that, so we'll see how he settles in.
Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Keith Folk up and loosening in the pen. The Stros with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 on, 1 out. Oh, great stop. Oh, the throw is over his head. Runner around third. And they cut the lead to 2. And he'll make it up to third here because of the throwing error. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Lance Berkman. On a line. He's got it. Runner tags for home. In to score from third. And now they trail by 1.
That wasn't your standard sac fly. He barreled that baseball. Just couldn't get it to drop in.
Jeff Bagwell up next for the Astros. 0 for 3 in this one. And there's a foul ball. The 0-1. That one almost got him. Vasquez off of first with 2 away. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Inside, almost got him. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and that's just foul. This one smoked on its way out of here. A 2-run homer, and they sliding run in the sixth. It's 8-7. That one just sounded different.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
And now, Paul O'Neill, 1 for 3. This one in the air, right field. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Put a very nice swing on that pitch right there. Got one to drive and just kept it fair down that right field line and into the corner. And it's almost impossible to track those down as an outfielder.
So runner at second, 2 down. Jose Altuve up next for the Astros. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Outside low, ball 1. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Next offering misses. Ball 2.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Way out front for strike 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Man on second, 2 down. Outside with a breaking ball. Craig Biggio on deck already. 2 homers in the game.
Huge impact in this one so far, and you know he'd like to make some noise in this inning as well.
Fights it off. You'll see another. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Got him looking. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, A.J. Blueball.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, 1-run game. Here's the center fielder, Willie Mays. Activity in the Houston bullpen. Bennett Sousa, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Looking to get the tying run on base. Little chopper rolls foul. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Battling here as he fouls it away. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Boggs stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Biggio sends it to first. Not a terrible result as the tying run advances to scoring position.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So now, with one away and a man at second, Rick Farrell up next for the Red Sox. Fastball for a strike at 95. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Hit on the ground to short. Pena throws to first in time, but the tying run moves up to third, so they'll be happy with that.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Pedroia at the plate now. That's ball one. The Astros holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9 hole, but he's worked himself in a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
Hey!
Just missed. Jimmy Rollins in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And a 3-1 on the way. That one found hard the other way. The tying run is 90 feet away. Inside ball 4. And the go-ahead run is on base.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
And here is Jimmy Rollins. Fouls away the first offering.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Ground ball right side, and that's a foul ball. Two on, 2 outs. Out towards right center field. Berkman settles under it. Brings it in, and that's the 3rd out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Keith Folk.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the second baseman, Craig Biggio.
Second baseman, Craig Biggio.
In the air, left field. And just foul.
Well, these Astros, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at 90-plus exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
The 0-2. In the air to left center. One down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
And next to hit for Houston, Jeremy Pena. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Folk. In his 12th season, he features a changeup, a 4-seamer, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Tap foul at the plate.
That's ball 2.
That's inside.
Nope. That's
3
inside.
and 2 down. Stays alive. Three-two. Good job to fight that one off. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Got him looking for the K. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Jake Myers. Missed with a
Outside, that's a ball.
changeup. And that is ball 1. He's one of those Dave McCarty, Mark Carrion, Ricky Henderson types. Throw left, bat right.
Ball, that's outside.
You make a note of those guys because it's just different. It's like, man, you're left-handed, but you hit right-handed.
2-0. Just
No,
missed.
that's down.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That just missed.
Nope.
He walked
Ball
him
4.
on 4 pitches.
Well, this came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and the guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Smith in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. The 0-1. That one fouled off. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Myers leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Bounced up the middle. Pedroia gets him easily, ends the inning. 1 left for Houston. They still lead it though, 8-7. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Bennett Sousa.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Well, 1-run game. Down the number 2 hitter, Hank Aaron. And fouled off. Ground ball to Bill. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Ted Williams up next for the Red Sox. Known for his late inning heroics. And that one missing low. That missed by a lot. 2 balls, no strikes. The Stros trying to hold a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Runner takes off, pitch in for a strike. Down to second, and he's in there easily, safe with a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. That one to first. Bagwell takes it himself, but the tying run moves up to third, so they'll be happy with that.
Next for the Red Sox, their designated hitter, Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez will hit next. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Dives, but it's off his glove. Hank comes around to score. It's an RBI single, and again, we are tied.
Huge at bat to bring home the tying run at this point in the game. Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Looks like we've got a substitution at first. Pinch running for Boston, Jaron Duran deploying some added speed as they look to take the lead. And now David Ortiz.
Nope.
Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Throw to second. Tag. And they got him.
That goes to show you stealing a base is a tough thing to do and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw. Quick, not rushed, and accurate.
Down, nobody on. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. Another homer. His second homer of the night, and they've rallied from 3 back. It's 9-8.
Well, the best home runs are the ones that give your team the lead. That's a great feeling right there. Nothing short of clutch. With that swing, he's given his team the lead and a huge psychological boost.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Brian King into the game.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So down, and now the center fielder, Willie Mays. This guy with light tower power.
Ball, that's out. Inside, ball 2.
The 2-1. That one is upstairs.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Come on and miss. Struck him out. Third out, and that ends the frame. A couple of runs in the inning puts them ahead. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Aroldis Chapman.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Here's Christian Vasquez. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a groundout.
Ball one.
Gets him to chase after that one.
That's a really good take.
And
That's ball three.
On the inside corner for called strike three.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Here's the center fielder, Lance Berkman. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads.
That's outside.
The Bo Sox holding on to a one-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
That's ball two.
Next
That's
one
ball
misses,
three.
and that's ball three.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
In the air, right field. 2 away. Jeff Bagwell up next for the Astros.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
The 0-2. On the ground, right side. Play made, that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Astros. Still down a run. It's a 9-8 ball game. Back here in Houston, let's take a look at how the ball's been flying today. Plenty of power on both sides in this one.
Yeah, it seems like days like this. Get pitchers questioning their life choices, Boog. Any fan who goes for a bathroom break is at risk of missing another dinger.
Dogs leading things off and takes a strike. Up the middle, Biggio throws to first in time. Rick Farrell up next for the Red Sox.
Catcher, Rick Farrell.
He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Foul ball there. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th.
That's a ball.
That one inside. Look out. Swing and a ball popped in the air.
That ball's
and
foul.
that is foul. Jack
Ball,
Knight's
that's
out of
it.
the way. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Out towards right center field. O'Neill makes his way towards it. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Now around second, going for third. The relay throw. Save.
No,
He
he's
beats it.
safe.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Next to hit, Dustin Pedroia.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Ball.
That's to third. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. In comes some insurance as the runner scores from third. It's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead in the 9th. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Now he's challenging the called strike. And that one did miss, and the strike is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Pedroia at first, 1 gone. And a foul ball. Here's a 1-1.
Ball. That's down.
Runner on the go. That one hit to right. O'Neill has a beat on it. Takes it in for the out. And now the right fielder, Hank Aaron.
Right fielder, Hank Aaron.
Red Sox leading it by 2 here in the top of the 9th. And a strike on the outside edge. Runner takes off, and it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2. Runner goes again. Foul ball still, 1-2 count. Chop to first. Bagwell. The flip. In time.
He's
Got
out.
him. And that'll do it.
And I'm doing out of legend. Did you hear my name? You don't respect it, cause I did it every time that I said it. Boy, I'm going out of legend. I've been working 24/7. They ain't give me nothing easy, so I had to go and get it.
Back here in Houston. Last chance for the home team. Paul O'Neill now at the plate. Jason Varitek, the new catcher now. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Inside, ball
There,
one.
I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable. And that location will definitely do it.
The 1-2. Swings and misses. A huge out to start the bottom of the ninth.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Aroldis Chapman won't go any further. 2-1 ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Dennis Eckersley comes out trying to close it out. A chance at his first save of the year. Altuve stands in now, looks at that one inside. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. So the call stands. So that removes their last challenge. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. This one chopped up the middle. On to Mays, and just one out remaining for Houston.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
So they're down to their final out. So next up for Houston, Craig Biggio.
Hey!
Eckersley going for save number 1 in this spot. Line drive,
and
foul. It goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Red Sox by 2. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That one misses, and the count is 1-2. In the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. In-time ball game, and the strikeout ends it.
But we saw both teams come ready to swing it in this one, and they found a lot of success. A couple of touchdowns up on the board today. Pretty amazing, and it turned out to be a close one, considering all the runs put up. Really wild. And
this one ends the final 10-8 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Schaumburg. Thanks for joining us.